How's it going, everyone? I am going to do a brief run through on the strike and just give some some tips and tricks on how to do it efficiently with your friends. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and get started with this kind of stuff. The reason I chose the Warlock to do this is because they have the best, in my opinion, the best SMG. Because once it starts to chain lightning, you get a ton of ammo back, and it makes it extremely useful. So that's why I'm going with this. They also start off with the fusion rifle, which does a ton of damage. So if you're trying to do that, that's what I'd go for. And as a primary, I would use the Nightshade. It has great fire rate and does a ton of damage. So that is my personal preference. The Titan's also obviously extremely good. He also has the Nightshade right away. But this is basically the Supercell, the SMG for Warlock, which is why I chose it. It's really good. Alright, so basically, you're just going to come through here. It's going to be pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to, you know, do the typical destroy just anyone and everyone in sight. There will be a, what do they call him? One of the bigger guys that fires the missiles with a minigun up over here. He's not too hard to kill, but he can get a little aggravating from time to time. Although it looks as if he shoots grenade launchers this round. Not this round, but like instead of his minigun, it seems like he has a grenade launcher. Now obviously this will go faster with people that already know how to do this. Most of the time when I'm doing this, it's a lot of people that don't understand, which is don't understand the striker, or they're trying it for their first time, which is why I figured I'd make a quick tutorial on how to get through it easily and quickly. If you're running a Titan, you don't want to use the Sweet Business. It is really cool. It's an awesome gun, but it just doesn't have the damage potential that you're really looking for here. It is really good, so if you really want to use it, by all means. It's not exactly the best PvP weapon, so it's definitely meant for PvE. I just don't see its uses in this currently. So you're just going to come down here. There's going to be that giant Cabal guy. Now, if you're a Titan, you'll have a shotgun, and that'll absolutely decimate this guy. But this thing will also absolutely decimate. So their weakest point, surprising enough, is their back or their head. Unfortunately, since the back's not always super accessible, the face is obviously easier to do. So, once again, you know, typical, we're just going to run through here, murder all these guys, and just keep going. Alright. The other reason I like Warlock, he has that healing ability, and if you get a melee kill, they blow up. Makes it much faster for getting through these kind of areas. Getting close to our super, probably not going to end up having to use it over here, but it is nice to know. It appears those guys have a lot of void shields, so it's kind of a good thing I chose Nova Bomb. I chose it for the Axion bolts originally, that way it'd be a bit easier for ads. The new subclass for Warlock, though, is fucking awesome, so definitely use that if you need to, or if you want to.
Apparently, Cabal research equals giant.
Now these guys are basically just giant melee guys. If you stand up above them, obviously, as you can see, they can't hit you, but they do a lot of damage if you let them. So just be a little careful with these guys. They can do a lot of potential damage. Once again, shotgun works wonders on these guys. Alright. Okay, once you're finally down here, it's going to be the typical few ads over here. Alright, so this is where things start to get a bit weirder. There's going to be a giant landscape up ahead that's going to have wild dogs and enemies in a battleground over here. If one of your buddies has a sniper or a scout rifle, they can post up over there. It isn't hard, but I have run into a couple fire teams where they made it look really hard. So if you are having issues with it or any form of problems, that's what I would do, is have a scout rifle guy go up there. Either that or you could all go up there and start taking out the enemies before you move up. But otherwise, it's just easy just taking people out. If you have a ton of dogs on you, or if you're getting swarmed, or however that turns out, these things, it's just a wild beast, apparently is what it's named. If you have a ton of those, flying's the easiest way to get rid of them. Just fly and aim down, take care of them. As I have terrible accuracy right there, my bad.
Zavala, looks like the drills are manned by a full battalion of Cabal.
A full battalion? What is that to you, who have slain gods in the heart of the Black Garden?
Alright, so this is just taking out the commander on each side. This is why I like the SMG. Look at all that ammo I'm getting back. So long as you consistently hit your enemy, you nearly just, you basically cannot run out of ammo. That's why I love this thing so much. And that's why I was recommending that you guys try it out. He wants to use his super, that is fine by me.
A massive Vex energy signature.
And the only way to reach it is down past those giant pointy drill bits? Good.
Alright, you're going to activate these, and as soon as you do, this will turn on. Just go ahead and fly on up here. Be some enemies up here. If you can, shoot these guys fast enough to where their shields don't go up, because the shields can just be a bit annoying. Alright, and then you're just going to jump right on down. Now, this area is going to get really hectic, so save your best ammo. Alright, so these big, the big guys with the swords. Ah, fuck. I can't remember their names right now. But those are going to be the biggest damagers, so you need to make sure that those guys get taken out as quick as possible.
I think they want their drill back.
These guys, the gladiators, they do a massive amount of damage. So most of the enemies are going to spawn in this general area. So if you want to sit back basically where I am right now, you'll see all of the enemies spawn in, and you won't get torn up like that guy over there in the center. Now, this is the wave where a ton of these beasts are going to end up coming in. And this is when the tip for the whole flying thing comes into effect. So if you end up getting swarmed by these things, the first time I did this, I ended up being the last man here, and I won't lie, I was just flying around with my Titan praying to God that everything was just going to go smoothly, and I was terrified. But it is pretty simple once you get the hang of it. I ended up killing myself with that thing. Shit.
I hope this is safe.
Alright.
Cabal don't...
Now that that's done, we'll come on over here and we'll just fly right up. You're going to go down in this little hole. Be careful. Sometimes I've seen hunters die on that fall unless they do a jump. So I'm not sure what that's all about. I did get injured as a Titan, but it never actually... I mean, it got me injured, but not close enough to death where I thought it was a problem. But I have seen a few hunters die there. Alright, so you're just going to end up... There are snipers up above. You don't have to really worry about them. They are terrible shots. See if I can get this guy before he pops a shield. Alright, now all we got is the boss. So let's see what we can do with this guy. Ooh. That launched me back quite a ways. Look how slow that Axion bolt moves. Man. Alright. This is the fun area that some people have been having a problem with. As you can see, these things are just flying around. You just need to avoid them at all costs. Otherwise, you'll die, as you could probably tell. Killing all these guys is completely and utterly optional. I prefer just to run through and just get through here as fast as I can. Alright. There we go. Still got caught by it, but I internally cried when that happened. Alright, so while you're up here, go ahead and take the advantage of the high ground. Take care of these harpies. If you got a scout rifle, now would be the time to equip it. If you haven't already had it. Which I also recommend that, because those do a ton of damage. Alright, so this is the boss area. He'll first spawn up to this left-hand side.
Hey, Zavala, we found it. Big Vex. Bigger guns.
Good hunting gun.
Probably just going to use my the majority of this ammo on him. Now, some enemies will spawn in. Most of them are going to be harpies. The harpies have a new like sniper type ability where they can shoot you from long distance as a beam laser. So be a little cautious about that. Alright. Team should be good. This guy is basically a miniature Atheon. And if you sit up here and you can line it up correctly, which I was not doing there, he'll end up hitting this rock right in front of me. Alright, now he's going to teleport in the middle. As his health bars go down, when he gets close to that second bar is when he's going to actually end up switching arenas. Alright, here we go. This is the switching the arena. So the floor will just disappear, which, don't worry about it. It's not an issue. This will be the second stage of the fight. Alright, now this is the important part. See how this floor is shorter than this part? Obviously you don't want to be in this part. But he will have an ability that'll light the entire floor on fire. And it'll do the close area and then it'll do the back area. Or vice versa. Here it is. It's doing that first area. And now it'll do this area. And see, that guy just went down because he didn't realize it. So be cautious about that. If you are a Titan or a Warlock... Oh, what are these guys doing? If you are a Titan or a Warlock, you can simply fly up into the air when you know it's coming, and by the time you hit the ground, it'll be over. If you are a Hunter, however, even with your triple jump, I don't think that you can stay high enough in the air. But if you can, that's, that would be preferred. Otherwise, it's not hard just to move up, move down a little bit. It's not too bad. Basically, yeah, that's all that this stage is. He's going to use the fire here. Oh, he's going to use the fire here. and all I have to do is float to avoid it. Enemies will continuously spawn in as you fight them. It's not a hard stage, really. Hits there, hits here. Now, I do recommend, the reason I was recommending Titan or Warlock, Warlock has the healing shield that you can use, and Titan has that shield, both of which are extremely useful. The healing one can obviously heal your teammates and assist you in getting the res for them, and the Titan can put down his shield and get a res as well. Now we're going into the third stage here, which will be the final stage as well. Alright, this stage is pretty easy. He'll start off out here in the water, and he'll just shoot stuff at you out there. Not too hard. Enemies will spawn around you as you fight. Not too bad. Eventually, he'll lose his arm and his head, and he'll actually come into the arena and try smashing you guys. Alright, now, this water over here is deadly. So if he smashes you out, you either need to fly back in or run like hell, because it does deteriorate your health decently quick. And it's just honestly aggravating if you die way out there, because then it's hard for your teammates to actually res you. Here are the first enemy spawn points. They'll spawn over here, and once you knock his head off, they're just going to spawn everywhere, which is the part that you guys need to watch out for. Now, if these harpies, see how he was about to shoot that laser? That's what I was talking about. If you don't kill them fast enough, eventually you will get overwhelmed by the sniper shots. Alright, now we got enemies spawning in behind us. Just a few, nothing crazy. Fanatics will spawn here, but they don't move nearly as quick as they used to in the first game. So I don't see them as much of a threat. They do still leave the weird little aura on the ground after you kill them if you let them up here. They're not too bad. Pretty easy to kill. Alright, now this is the stage I was talking about. He's up here now. He's rightfully pissed off. I'm not going to be able to get this res without dying. Oh, okay, I did. Alright, there it is. I heard him coming. I just knew I was going to get wrecked by him. Okay, assuming this Warlock decides to go somewhere other than the center of the map, will be golden. Alright, that was the slam I was talking about, where you get sent out. It's extremely aggravating when you do, so... I mean, especially when you die out there. Alright, finally getting rid of the remaining enemies. And now he should be on his last legs here. Now, obviously, the target moves to the center, so you want to hit him in the stomach. And this gun just gives you so much ammo back. It's so nice. And that essentially is the boss. And then your loot is here, but it'll go ahead and open the chest for you, and you will get your rewards.
You won us an entire field of this war.
And that is basically it, guys.
But we need you elsewhere. Something tells me that suits you just fine.
That's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this quick run through. I did die a couple times, obviously, still new to this. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this helped some of you in terms of getting through this easily and most efficiently. I just know the fire trap was getting a lot of people on the second stage, And then the third stage, a lot of people are getting hit by the fanatics, or like I did, get smashed by him when he starts running around. Once again, I hope it helps, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe because I'm going to have more Destiny coming out. Otherwise, leave a like, leave a comment if I missed anything, or if I should have done anything differently, because once again, we're still learning. It's the second day of it being out for us. Other than that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Thank you all for watching.